Arsenal gets a deserved 3-1 victory over Burnley at the Emirates Stadium in a game where we realistically controlled it from start to finish. We won the 50-50 battles and we looked like we could have scored whenever we wanted. Besides maybe towards the end of the game when we got that red card, I thought we were in control. It was kind of just a kick back and enjoy the team, play well. Burnley posed some sort of a threat. They were much better than Sevilla was, but it was still a game where I thought we were comfortable and we pretty much did what we wanted to. So in this video, we will be discussing my player ratings for the game. So what's going on, everyone? You're listening to Gunner Central here. I hope you're all doing well. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. In goal, David Raya, 7 out of 10. This must be one of the highest ratings I've given him in a while, and it's not to his fault. It's just for the pure fact of he's not really been getting tested lately. I mean, the Sevilla game, I don't even think he made a save. The Newcastle game, he wasn't really called into action too frequently, so it's nothing about him. It's more so how good our defense has been recently. Even in games where we concede or we lose, we don't often give up too many chances. But today, there were two notable saves I remember David Raya making. The first one was a shot from distance when it was still 0-0, and then it was another chance where Burnley, I can't remember who, but someone on Burnley's team was basically one-on-one, and David Raya made a save that made it look much easier than it was. It was a very good reactionary save to the bottom left corner. He saved us a probable goal, so distribution was good. He had some really good long passes. He looked on the money a lot of the game, so a 7 out of 10 for David Raya. We're going to the right back. The guy who was replacing Ben White was Tomiyasu. And now, to be fair, listen, I think Tomiyasu had a really good game. Probably 8 out of 10, but I'm going to give him a 7 for the pure fact of I think when we conceded that goal, Tomiyasu should have and could have done better. He did all the hard work of defending, but then he kind of just took a tumble and allowed Burnley to keep pushing and get their goal. So although it may be harsh to give him a 7 out of 10, again, he probably would be an 8, but that little error, I'm going to downgrade him to a 7. Onto the centre backs now. We're going to grade them as 1 because they basically both did really well today to the same level. I'm going to give them each an 8 out of 10. Saliba and Gabriel, what more do I have to say? Probably one of the better partnerships in world football. They're just so good. They can win headers, they can be aggressive, and then on the ball, they are so clean, so calm, so composed. Having those two play together as centre back is so good for the team. They are the defensive rock for us, and they had an outstanding performance again. Burnley is easy for us to overlook their offense. The way they play football under Vincent Kompany sometimes is very difficult to defend against, but the two centre backs were in control the whole game, won so many 50-50s, attacked a lot of headers, and I mean, they become so good at what they do that it makes it look easy. We don't even notice it sometimes, Arsenal fans, how good they are as a centre-back partnership. So an 8 out of 10 for them. Now onto the left back, my man of the match, Alexander Zinchenko. When I was watching the game, I was thinking, Zinchenko is so good. I was thinking that before he had scored the goal. And then he goes to score his karate kick goal. Now you have to give him the man of the match. Absolutely outstanding performance. Defensively, maybe there was one time where they kind of passed the ball in from some bad positioning, but outside of that, Zinchenko was superb. Defensively was very good, but offensively, we know Zinchenko, that's where he gets his money. That's where he looks so good on the ball. Outstanding. He controlled the game. I mean, he was more of a midfielder than anything today. I barely noticed him having to defend. Outstanding. Put in some beautiful crosses, beautiful through balls, and then that goal. I mean, that goal was absolutely superb. The technique on that goal is superb. To keep the ball down and send it to the top corner, absolutely amazing. So happy for him. That was his first goal for us in the Emirates Stadium, and what a goal that was. Zinchenko, my man of the match, 9 out of 10. Onto the midfield now. Jorginho, very solid as always. Controlled the tempo of the game. Got stuck in when he needed to. He is really starting to become a player that is so dependable for this Arsenal team. Of course, it'll be much better to have a Thomas Partey in there or Declan Rice playing CDM with two elite central midfielders, but Jorginho is so dependable. He keeps the team ticking, and oftentimes he does the dirty work, the stuff that us fans don't really account for. Winning 50-50 balls, just keeping the team ticking over, switch and play. He is so instrumental to how we play, to how we hold the ball, to the composure of the team in general. But all that being said, I do think it was probably one of his more quiet games, so I will give him a 7 out of 10. Maybe a little bit harsh, but I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10. On to the midfield now. Let me go with Declan Rice. Again, similar, quite a quiet game, but what he did do, he did to the Declan Rice standard, which is A tier. Very happy with his performance, but I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Onto the other midfielder now, Kai Havertz. To be honest, I think Kai was pretty good. I mean, aerially in this game, he was absolutely superb. Winning so many headers. Would have liked to see him put that one chance away where he kind of got almost a free header off a corner. But outside of that, he was really good aerially. And then also he helped keep the game ticking. Now, he wasn't outstanding. He wasn't amazing. Nothing jaw-dropping, but it's a step in the right direction, and for that, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Onto the front three now, we'll go with Bukayo Saka, who I think probably out of the front three was the more quieter player, but in the first half, especially to me, he looked really good. He kept Burnley on their heels. They had to keep double-teaming him, and Gabriel Martinelli had to keep getting double-teamed. Burnley are really fearful of these wingers, and it's so understandable. But like I said, Bukayo wasn't as influential as he was, let's say, against Sevilla. So for this performance, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10, but not a bad performance at all from Bukayo. Now onto the other wing in Gabriel Martinelli. It's another outstanding performance from our Brazilian. I just hope he isn't injured. He went down with the hamstring, but outside of that, he was superb. Taking on defenders, beating defenders. It's probably just a goal away from being on Zinchenko's level. But for this game, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Would have liked to see him score, but outside of that, absolutely amazing performance as usual. Now onto our striker for the game, Leandro Trossard. And I must say, as of right now, I would have Leandro as our number 9 until Jesus is fit. He was amazing. I mean, that goal, I said it in the post-match reaction. If you haven't checked out that video, check it out now. But listen, that goal that Trossard scored, the bravery he showed, didn't care. He put his body on the line to score a goal for Arsenal. It's our 1000th goal in the Emirates Stadium, and that's a pure hustler's goal. Really proud of that goal. I mean, he went down injured straight after scoring that. I thought he had broken his shoulder, his clavicle, something like that, but he got up and he kept chugging away. He got an assist, I believe, from the corner. Absolutely outstanding performance for him. Very close to being my man of the match, but he's not. I'm edging it to Zinchenko. So for that, I'm going to give Trossard an 8 out of 10. Now onto the substitutes. I'll quickly run through Nelson, 6 out of 10, didn't really do much. Nketiah, again, 6 out of 10, didn't really do much. Kivior, not going to rate because he didn't do anything. But the one substitute I want to talk about, Fabio Vieira, I'm going to be harsh because I think that tackle was absolutely ridiculous. So stupid of a tackle to make. We're comfortable, we're cruising. I know he didn't mean it, but your studs are up at knee height. Absolutely stupid. He's now out for 3 Premier League games. Absolutely stupid. There was no need for that. He got his red card, but before that, he was actually doing pretty well. He was quite influential at times. But that red card challenge is just a huge stain to his decent performance. So for that, I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. And now on to the manager, Mikel Arteta. I mean, this is a game that historically Arteta has struggled in. It's 1 win in the past 5 against Burnley in the league. So for us to have gone out, completely dominated, easily could have had 4 or 5, and at the same time having to deal with injuries of Gabriel Jesus, Martin Odegaard, Ben White, Emil Smith-Rowe, you know the story. To deal with all of that and still go out and absolutely dominate Burnley, keep the team ticking, bring in substitutions, and the team keeps flowing. For me, very good performance. I'm going to give Arteta, I will give him an 8 out of 10. But yeah, guys, those are my ratings. Let me know in the comments below which ratings do you agree with, which do you disagree with, and why. Who was your man of the match? Let me know in the comments below. It's now the international break. How exciting. My favorite part of football. No, absolutely not. I'm going to miss Arsenal for the next 2 weeks, but believe me, I'm going to have some really good content, so stay tuned. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.